Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and having a great day as usual. To start things off, Nasdaq.com has recently written an article, if you will, about Ripple, and I always say, and I brought this up for a particular reason. It's simply because I told you guys before, especially like a year or two ago, whenever you would look for any type of news about Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, especially when it was mainly Bitcoin at the top of the list, every type of news was completely negative. And now you see CNBC, NBC, Fox News, Bloomberg, Forbes, they're all talking about how Bitcoin is this great thing. Tons of people are getting into it. We talk about these rich families who are now talking about that they also own a part of Bitcoin. The other guy who just bought 10,000 Bitcoin, etc., etc. My main thing is that when a major news website or something that has to do with major parts of finance begins to talk about cryptocurrencies, especially in a positive way, it's something to kind of keep your mind on, because I always say, why would these people waste their time talking about something if it, one, did not matter, if they were not already invested into it, and if they were not trying to not push it onto the general public. But, you know, I always think these companies are there to let other rich people know that now is the time to kind of invest into it. I'm not going to go through the entire article simply because it is rather long. It kind of continues on. More or less, they are praising Ripple. They go on talking about how the sentiment around the coin seems to be rather bullish, as the price has gone up from its low just a couple of weeks ago when the entire market was down. They talk about their partnerships. The Global Coin Watch reported that due to XRP's smart payment solution, new companies are making effort to engage in lucrative partnerships with this currency. These newfound additions will use the XVIA platform, which according to the website is for corporates, payment providers, and banks who want to seamlessly send payments globally across various networks using a standard interface. In a similar thread, Corey Johnson, Ripple's chief marketing officer, leaked news that Santander will soon announce its plan to use the Ripple platform to process its financial transactions. It was previously reported that Santander would use xCurrent for its OnePay FX app, but Johnson confirmed in an Ask Me Anything session that Santander will also use the xRapid platform. This was a video that they uploaded. A lot of people caught on, especially because of someone named Bearable Guy 123. Not going to get into the whole Bearable Guy situation. And he told people to listen to the video. People figured out that they let it slip that Santander would be using xRapid. When the edited video was finally put up on Ripple's YouTube page, they only mentioned xCurrent. It was literally cut out. It was an awkward cut, especially if you had seen the original one. They go on to talk about how Ripple has made sure to be compliant, how they've gone forward with all the rules, and how there's a bullish new sentiment around Ripple. Always pay attention to these things, because I make sure to as well. A lot of people sometimes more or less complain that I'm not boasting and or talking about their coin that they want to hear spoken about on the channel. There's a reason why I only give you or tell you certain coins. It's because of things like this. Nasdaq isn't talking about the 103rd coin. They're not even talking about the 45th coin. There's a certain feeling around these main coins. This is why I give you the news that I give you, because it is relevant to you potentially making money in the future. Continuing on, the head of Binance is in the news. The CEO of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange has released dedicated support for ICOs, saying that they're 100 times easier for fundraising than venture capital. In a blog post dated May 7th, Binance's Cao Changpeng sought to alleviate the increasingly tepid reception toward ICO campaigns as the fundraising model struggles with regulatory scrutiny and bad actors, he writes. Through my experience in watching hundreds of other projects at a close distance, I would say raising money through ICOs is about 100 times easier than through traditional venture capital methods, if not more. With the ease of raising money increased, logic says there may be 100 times more startups, well-funded startups, where ICOs are allowed. I do 100% agree. I am on the fence as far as exactly what needs to happen with the market and with the ICOs, because there has been so many scams, so many people have lost their money. But ICOs are a fantastic way for people to make money, to start up their company. And it doesn't even have to be the hundreds or millions of billions of dollars that we've seen over the last couple of months or so. It could help so many different companies. So many companies are usually, especially if they are startups, are just looking for $50,000 to kind of get them out of the door. And I hope that there is some type of middle ground that is found without too many regulations to help all these companies. Because just imagine how great it would be if, hundreds or thousands of companies got started that end up pushing cryptocurrencies towards mass adoption because of ICOs or the ease at which they were able to start to get funds and stuff like that. Just my opinion on it. And I'm glad that the CEO of Binance also kind of feels the exact same way, because I feel like we're on the cusp of becoming incredibly mainstream. Litecoin is once again in the news, which I find fascinating because we were just talking about this a couple of days ago, especially people in the comment section. We were talking about how Charlie Lee had talked about leaving the project and how the people behind Litecoin had kind of sunk away into the depths when it came to talking about Litecoin. So Litecoin Foundation has started 2 new campaigns called #PayWithLitecoin and #Litecoin accepted here. Litecoin has started the campaigns with a particular tweet: "Does your business accept Litecoin?" The representative team of Litecoin has been encouraging users through the tweet to find all Litecoin users and potentially interested people. Litecoin has suffered a loss in the beginning of the reviving phase of the crypto market. The 5th position in the market belonged to Litecoin for a very long time, but was recently taken over by the Ethereum-backed EOS. Under the situation, the Litecoin team has decided to take a stand. Good. Massive adoption campaigns are being deployed under the names of Litecoin accepted here and Pay with Litecoin. There was no particular information which was given in the tweet regarding the project, but the Litecoin team has started adopting campaigns to prompt Litecoin in daily use among the people. The expected result can be that many small and medium businesses will start adopting Litecoin tokens as a payment option for the services or products which they are providing to the people. I said this before, maybe a couple of months ago. I'm not sure how many people heard me or wanted to listen to me at that point. It's one thing for the people who created these coins, the people who are behind these projects, the people who are back into the CEO, whatever's going on, to promote their coin, to talk about their coin, and to get the news out there. A lot of people become disappointed when the price of the coin doesn't go up as high as they would like it to, simply because, in my honest opinion, like I always say, we are also part of the network. Even though you may own one Litecoin, you may own one XRP, you may own one EOS, we are still part of it. It is I believe, our duty. When you go to shops, when you go to little corner stores, ask them, do they accept Bitcoin? Do you accept Litecoin? Do you plan on accepting EOS? Anything like that? Because it kind of gets their mind moving towards the cryptocurrency space. A lot of people are very new to this. A lot of people think that other people do not want or are not willing to spend these currencies in their places. There was once again, not to segue off, there was a mini documentary about a year or two ago, and this guy was walking around New York City and he was trying to find stores that were accepting Bitcoin. And he was asking all these people, do you accept Bitcoin? And many of them obviously said no, because they were not older, the more traditional, I guess, if you will, kind of stores. But a lot of them were saying, no, I do not, but I have heard of it. How do I accept it? And he was showing the people how to download the app. Litecoin has had a couple of bumps the last couple of months, especially when it came to LitePay and trying to get LitePay accepted. If you have a favorite coin and you know that they have an app, especially one that can be downloaded and has a QR code, go to your favorite shops, talk to these people. Are you accepting this coin? Do you know what cryptocurrencies are? Explain to them what a blockchain is, how it will help their business, how it will help them get a new business. We are also part of the network. This is also our thing. We are at the beginning stages of acceptance, and it also begins with us. We are the people who have to get out there and ask other people and tell them, hey, maybe you should accept this. Not to spend too much time on this. I'm glad that the people behind Litecoin are in the news, that they're trying to move the project forward. And yeah, that's all I'm kind of going to say about this situation. Don't be afraid to ask people if they are accepting cryptocurrencies, because eventually down the line, they probably will. Continuing on, European cryptocurrency exchanges renewed calls for suitable regulations as the international legal landscape continues to vary. This was reported by Bloomberg. Speaking to Bloomberg, UK trading platform eToro and Austrian exchange Bitpanda voiced concerns that both inadequate and overbearing anti-money laundering and or know your customer regulation would not allow them to know where they stand as businesses. They said we'd be happy to have regulations so we know where we stand. In 2018, despite rapid movements to firm up requirements for crypto exchanges for some governments such as South Korea, other jurisdictions continue to struggle with the phenomenon. I'm not exactly I guess it's a generational thing. There was someone who was talking, we were talking about this before. We grew up, or I assume most of my users as well, grew up in a world where there was only internet. When I was a kid, we got a computer and it was just kind of how it was. I don't know if it's them struggling to figure out exactly how to regulate it, or trying to figure out if this is something that's made by younger people in order to destroy the current system. I can't figure out exactly what it is. I'm glad that a couple of other countries have already come forward and given some type of regulatory framework, even if these are not going to be set in stone forever. But just to kind of tell people where they stand, especially for crypto exchanges, because what's going to happen is, and I am looking into my crystal ball at this right now, the countries that turn their back on cryptocurrencies or talk about, they're not going to give regulations, or who do not plan on giving regulations for the next 2 or 3 years, these companies will simply get up and move to a more crypto-friendly land, and then that country is going to get all their money. And when people are looking to get into cryptocurrencies or open up new businesses, they're going to go to Malta. They're going to go to other places where they have a proper framework for exactly what's going on, because no one's going to wait forever, especially when so many crypto exchanges are reporting that they're making like $200 million in profits a year. No one's going to wait around twiddling their thumbs, hoping that someone gives them regulations, especially if they're in Europe. They're going to pack up their bags, pick up their computers, and they're going to go to another country that tells them exactly what they're doing, especially if the country is trying to only charge them 4% on taxes when it comes to cryptocurrencies. You can kind of see where these companies are going to end up going. This is kind of weird. If you are holding and or thinking about getting into Monero, this is something to watch out for. There are a couple of different websites that are claiming to be a crypto wallet called Monero Hodlers. And they're pretty much saying, if you are new to Monero, if you are trying to get into Monero, use our website and we will give you a wallet, which is kind of tempting for a lot of people. This is a scam that was run many years ago for Bitcoin and for Ethereum, when they were like one of the only coins that were kind of floating around, especially for Litecoin. These websites are claiming that they will give you a crypto wallet for you to store your Monero in. And a lot of people were talking on Reddit and on different forums, and come to find out, they are giving people wallet addresses, but they're giving people the exact same wallet address. So when you put your Monero into this wallet address, it goes to them. It goes to this same exact people who have set up these different websites. They're claiming to have multiple websites that look different, so they can attract different people, some seeming more legitimate than others. People are creating wallets with them, dumping their Monero onto it, and they're all going to the exact same people. When you are looking for a crypto wallet, if you are new to crypto listening to this video, or you have a friend who's looking to get into crypto, tell them to Google like the top 5 or top 10 trusted wallets, simply because these are the ones that are the most trusted, have been around for years. I'm still shocked. I guess a lot of people don't really know what's going on in the space, so they assume that they can kind of trust anyone when it comes to exactly what's going on. But make sure to be vigilant where you are putting your money. If you do not have the money for a nano ledger or something type of off-grid storage for your cryptocurrencies, please make sure you know exactly where you're putting your money, because there have been so many scams like this and a lot of people continue to fall for it, and it makes me sad deep down inside of my heart. Waves is in the news. They're a company that we almost never, ever hear from. The Waves Lab Accelerator was launched last year in December and has since grown in terms of demand by projects who are talking about using the platform. Waves Labs is a focused startup incubator for talented visionaries creating distributive solutions to real-world problems using the Waves platform infrastructure. They have noted that over the last 4 to 5 months of the Waves platform, or rather this accelerator platform being launched, they now have 20 different startups and small businesses who have agreed to use the Wave platform for their projects. I'm not going to read out all the names, obviously, because that would take me forever. But these are some of them if you are actually looking at the screen. All right, 21 of them. Okay. So it's nice to hear that Waves is moving along. Like I said, this is one of the coins you don't really get to hear about very often, simply because there are a lot of smaller projects that are still trying to build themselves up. There's a lot of focus on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, EOS, Neo, the top 10 coins. There are a lot of people who are the hedge fund managers. When they get into these cryptocurrencies, they talk about which coins that they are getting into. And it's typically always the top 10, potentially top 20 coins. So sometimes some other coins tend to get left out. But it's good to hear that people are gunning and moving forward to use their platform. And I'm sure an article like this will only allow other people to figure out what Waves is. And they will also start using Waves as well. To finish off the video, bit of controversy going around. I'm not sure if you guys noticed earlier, there was no video from me on exactly what the SEC or CFTC said about Ethereum, simply because apparently there was no meeting. This was reported a couple of days ago by the Wall Street Journal that on the 7th of May, on a Monday, that is today, that there would be some type of regulatory meeting. It wasn't clear if it would be closed door or open door, if it would be live for everyone to see. About what exactly would be happening with Ripple and Ethereum, or rather more so Ethereum, and this would kind of be the domino that would kind of fall over onto the other coins that are built on top of Ethereum. There was no meeting as far as I know, unless this was extremely hush and closed door, and is leading a lot of people to speculate and wonder why they released an article like this, simply because I'm not sure if it was earlier today or sometime last night, the price of Ethereum actually went to around $698. It fell below $700. A day or two ago, the price of Ethereum was around $820. So this caused a lot of money to flow out of Ethereum and a lot of fear to go into the other coins, especially ICO coins that are built on top of Ethereum, because of fear that it would be, long story short, not to even dig too deep. I'm not going to call it insider trading. I'm really not. People are asking, why was this article put out if there was no type of discussion? If the time of me making this video, there has been some type of meeting and or discussion, I do apologize. But it's a little frustrating if you understand where I'm going. It seems that the market is trying to slowly pick itself back up. You can see this little jump right here. I guess because people realizing that the meeting did not or was not going to happen. But we shed a couple of $1 billion from the market, and I do not think that it's fair. I'm not sure if they got their dates wrong. I'm not going to drag this on for too long. People were posting links and stuff like that, and people were posting things on Reddit, and it was links to a meeting that happened, I believe, in February or March. So a meeting that had already passed. Yeah, if I get any more information, I will definitely pass it on to you guys. But at this moment, it's a little like a kick in the face because I feel like the market didn't have to drop at all because of this fear that has been haunting the market for the last 2 or 3 days. All right, everyone, that is definitely going to do it for this video. As always, I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are, wherever you might be, whatever you might be doing. Thank you once again for all of the support. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you all soon. See you.